Extreme Foolishness TV. This is where I talk about extreme foolishness that goes on around you. The story today is about the story of a young lady who was murdered while she was on a vacation with her friends in Cabo, Mexico. I'll play the video of the news about the story. Then I come back, give you guys my extreme foolishness analysis as usual. Let's go.
Fun long weekend for 25-year-old Shanquella Robinson and her group of friends who went to Cabo to celebrate one of their birthdays.
She told me they had a chef. They was getting ready to eat. They was eating tacos, something, salad or something they was eating. And I said, well, okay, I love you. Have a good night. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. And I never talked to my child again. And she never made it back home.
Robinson's mom, Salamandra, says within 24 hours of her daughter's arrival, she was dead. Figuring out how or why has only added to the family's nightmare. It started with a frantic call from Robinson's friends.
They said she wasn't feeling well. She had alcohol poisoning. They couldn't get a pulse. Each one of the people that was there with her was telling different stories.
It's when the family made calls to the FBI and Mexican authorities that they learned of another potential cause of death.
And the autopsy came back. They said it didn't have anything to do with alcohol. Said that she had a broken neck and her spine in the back was cracked. She had been beaten.
Salamandra says the entire group came back from Mexico, leaving her daughter's body there. Nearly 2 weeks and $6,000 later, her body is back home. But answers have been hard to come by.
You know, I know that's not going to bring my child back, but I want something done about it.
Queen City News has spoken with officials at the U.S. State Department in Mexico who refute the claim that Robinson was murdered, saying the police's initial indication is that there was no clear evidence of foul play. Here in Charlotte, her family refuses to believe their daughter's death was an accident, and they vow to find the truth of what happened that night in Cabo.
No one told the same story, so I never believed them anyway.
Queen City News obtained Robinson's death certificate, which lists a cause of death as severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation, which is instability in the uppermost vertebrae. In the section where police could have noted any sign of intoxication, it says, person found unconscious on her living room.
And they didn't call us to the very last minute. And then on top of that, they said the maid found them.
The group stayed here at Villa Linda 32, a property listed on CaboVillas.com. A rep with the company says the group called the concierge for help Saturday afternoon. The concierge called a doctor who gave CPR. Robinson died at 3 p.m., an estimated 15 minutes after her injury. We obtained a list of 7 guests who signed into the villa.
There you have it. Shanquella Robinson arrived in Mexico with her friends. You would think those are her friends, and within 24 hours, she died. There's a video where one of her friends was beating her up. I'm going to play the video, but the video has been blurred and distorted. The reason I'm playing the video is just to get an idea of what happened and to hear the voice in the background. But the images are distorted. They're blurred, so they will not show her. She was naked in the video, and it just shows how wicked and callous some people could be. Let me play the video here. It's blurred.
Okay. Quilla, can you at least fight back? No. What's your At least something. At least fight back, something.
Get up, bro. Get up.
Yeah.
So you saw the video. One of her friends was punching her, beating her up, and she didn't fight back. And you had a guy there recording. This is supposed to be her friends. The guy is recording saying, at least fight back, and she didn't fight back. So that lets me know she's probably a gentle-natured person, a peaceful person who doesn't like to fight. She owns her own business. Look at her Instagram. That is her right there, 62,000 followers. She's a braider with the exquisite kids. So that lets me know that this is a lady who knows how to do business. She just enjoys her life. She specialized in braiding kids' hair. She was doing a good job at it. But you have haters out there who, for some reason, they're not happy with their friends. And if you look at how she was bit, the way she was being punched by her friend, you can tell there's some envy there. This is more than jealousy. That is a mistake a lot of people make. Jealousy and envy are two different things. Jealousy is pretty much wanting to have something somebody else has, and you have hatred towards that person because they have something you do not have, but you can acquire. For example, you can be jealous of somebody who has money. You can be jealous of somebody who has cars because you don't have the money they have, you don't have the cars they have, but it's something you can acquire. Envy, on the other hand, is having hatred towards somebody for having something that you do not have and you can never acquire. For example, swag, charisma. You can have all the money in the world, you cannot buy swag. You cannot buy charisma. Beauty, you can have all the money in the world, you cannot buy beauty. In some instances, a girl will just have a nice height, have the model look. I don't care how many BBLs and plastic surgery you do. You cannot look as good as some other girls. You're not content. You're envious of that person. This appears to be the case where her friends, at least the girlfriends, are envious of her for whatever she had. Or maybe they are jealous of her. It could be either or. But it looks like more like envy. So you have her guy friend there who was recording the video saying, why don't you fight back? And I see where the guy is coming from, but I don't see where it's coming from. Because as a man, why would you see two people you're friends? One is being beaten up. You guys went on a trip together. You should at least step in and try to stop the fight. There's no reason. This is supposed to be the picture of the lady. Her friends would beat her up. And there are pictures on social media. People are saying, oh, she's a trans lady. She's a man. Cut the foolishness, people. Why can't you just call a spade for what it is? You have this doctored photo, Photoshop photo, trying to portray her into what she's not. She's a killer. She's a murderer. What is wrong in taking accountability? Why you gotta blame a man for doing something that on video shows that a woman did, her friend did? Why are we trying to play this blame game? This lady should be arrested and prosecuted. And I know it happened in Mexico. And I'm going to be making another video. In the other video, I'll be giving you my attorney analysis on how they can prosecute them in the United States. Because I think that's what they need to do. Because her friends came back from Mexico, told her family that she died from alcohol poisoning. Whereas from the autopsy, she died from severe spinal injury and neck injuries. That lets me know there's a lot of trauma that she suffered to her neck and to her back that caused her death. And you have all those people who went on the trip. The friends came back. From the video you saw, her mother said that the friends were giving conflicting stories. Thank God we have this video, because the Mexican authorities initially said there was no indication of foul play. And I love my Mexican people. I love them. But from what it looks like, they cannot do a thorough investigation. They may be good at doing tacos. They may be good at making quesadillas. They may be good at mowing your lawn. Well, for whatever they're good at. Construction. But it appears you're not so good at doing a thorough investigation, because how can you see a girl in that condition and you tell me they couldn't figure out there was foul play involved? That lets me know they're not that good. Thank God the FBI is involved right now. Hopefully the FBI will do a thorough investigation, apprehend all her friends who are responsible, because you cannot just take a trip, kill somebody, and come back. The second question now is that, was this premeditated? Did they plan to kill her before they even went on the trip? I don't know the answer to that question, but if she died within 24 hours, then I wouldn't put it past the proposition that they could have intended to kill her before they even got on the trip. It wasn't like something went left during the trip that resulted into them beating her up. And why would he even keep punching somebody that did not fight back? What's going on here? It is sad. I hope the family gets justice, and the people who are responsible are brought to justice. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Stay safe out there, my lovely people. And most importantly, say no to extreme foolishness.